How you going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in this episode I'm thinking about doing something totally unnecessary, but something I've been thinking about doing for a while, and that's shaving the gutters. So here on this coupe we have some perfectly good roof gutters and we're going to cut them off. So that's probably going to be upsetting to a few of you, especially those of you that have been restoring coupes with bad roof gutters. You'd probably be wanting something like this. But anyway, look, the roof gutters and chrome mouldings, they just don't go with the style of the car that I'm building. So I'm going to be cutting them off and then just going with a nice rounded edge. So I'd also, just as a bit of an extra thing, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of boys. I've got a YouTube channel called Don's Tricks. They're restoring an XY ute, and a couple of good blokes to watch, very entertaining, father and son team. And just been offline for a little while, but it was good to see them back the other day. So yeah, jump on board and check them out. It's called Don's Tricks. And while I'm at it, I've got to give a shout out to Graham at XA Coupe Guy too. Graham's been a lot of help during this build. He's had some good advice, and yeah, he's been good to sort of have on board watching all the episodes. So yeah, just a bit of a shout out to those two, XA Coupe Guy and Don's Tricks. And yeah, so if you like, you can stop watching this rubbish and go and find them and watch them. So no, anyway, so meanwhile, with this gutter moulding trick, what I'm thinking of doing is using some, hang on, see if I can find some. So what I'm thinking of doing, if I just was to cut off this roof gutter, it's going to leave all this area pretty much exposed, and in that area you have a stainless mold which holds your rubber in place, and I don't want to be looking straight at that stainless mold. And I was sort of thinking, what is the best way to sort of cover that up? Now, you've also got to be very careful when you cut a mold off that you don't completely detach the roof skin, because they're basically spot welded along the inside of the gutter. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting the face of the gutter off, just this part that holds the moulding, and then I'm thinking about shaping a piece of this small RHS. It's actually about 12-13 mil RHS by about 1.5, so it'll be easy to work with, and having that basically moulded in there to run on the underside. And then after I've cut this face off and I've got this tacked in position, then I'll just gradually work my way along and sort of like grind the edge back, weld it to this, grind the edge back, weld it to this. You have to sort of do it in stages. You wouldn't want to sort of like just completely grind that off. As I say, the whole side of the roof will detach. So just a little bit of step at a time kind of stuff, you know. So anyway, that's what we're going to do this time, and I hope you enjoy. And if you haven't already, please share, like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll get on with it. Alright, so obviously what I've been doing is cleaning up the inside of that window frame for the driver's side. What I did is I cleaned it all up. I removed that bit of metal that's riveted to the front of the frame. That's unnecessary. There was surface rust behind it anyway, so it was good to get it out of the way and cleaned up. So I cleaned it up 99%, you know, clean metal, but just in case, you know, because of the odd little speck here and there, I thought I'd put some rust treatment on it. So I'm just going to let that sit and dry, and while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and bend up this RHS in the shape of this stainless moulding. So, where do I start? I suppose I'll just get an outline, get some basic measurements. I need roughly, I don't know, there and there. Lucky I didn't cut this stuff off the bench from when I was making the chassis bracing. Oh, hang on, which way am I going to go? Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? No, it doesn't matter. Still more. You watch, I'll bend it too much. Check. Keep checking. Well, it's pretty close. Let's say leave it. Leave it alone. Subtle between there and there. So, yeah. Kick on this thing. Yeah, it's working. doesn't have to be exact because I can always sort of adjust it as I go. I'll put a little bit more in. Put a little bit more in. How come I do all the hard work and you get to stand around holding the camera?
Because I'm the best at it.
You mean you're the best at standing still doing nothing?
Exactly. It's an art.
It is an art.
It takes a while to get this good.
It takes a certain talent or lack of talent.
Been training for 15 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is that all? That'll do. Now I've got to put a curve in this, see that? Put a curve in there. No, can I hit it with my hand? That's just ridiculous. About. The rest I pretty much force into shape with clamps as I go, so I'll just see if this is dry yet. Let's have a look. It's kind of... What I really need to do before I can attach that is I need to put like a weld-through primer on this. I'll probably sand this back a little bit and then put a weld-through primer over it, but I don't really want to rush it, so... Alright, so I've got this passenger side already pre-prepared. I'd sort of played around with it a little bit before we started filming, and yeah, so it's good because it's already been cleaned up, it's been rust treated, and it's in the weld-through primer. So at the moment I've got the stainless mould in place, screwed in, and now we're going to attempt to fit our little bit of RSJ along the edge here. So the main thing I'm going to try to do, I think, is, I say when I don't even know what I'm doing, I think I'll just put a tack on this end one because I've got no way of clamping it. So I'll just get this. So I'm going to have to work my way along this with the clamps and just sort of work the steel. Now I actually made a special clamp for that. Made a clamp, is it there? That's it, yeah. That's it. I cut the bottom of it off.
Oh yeah.
I shortened it, see?
Oh yeah, shorten one side.
Because I can hardly get a clamp on it because this is almost flush with the body. So I think I'll just put a tack on that too. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking the little bit of RHS in as far as I can. I've got it like literally 2 millimeters off the stainless trim so that, you know, I can get that in and out. So hopefully it works. little bit of persuasion. Probably going to hit some lead or something around here. I don't know. It might be right. So the way I'm doing this, I'm going to have quite wide windscreen pillars. I actually do anyway because I added a bit on earlier, but they're going to be, yeah, hopefully it doesn't look strange. I think it'll look right. The main thing is that it's all going to be one shape. It's going to come to the end of the door. It's going to be roughly, you know, level with the top edge of the door. I wanted to use this unaltered. I didn't really want to, you know, have to split it down the middle and narrow it up or anything like that. So anyway, I'll get it tacked on. We'll see how she looks. The good thing about steel is if everything goes pear-shaped, you can always cut it and re-weld it. Now, is that too much?
Yeah.
It's too much, is it? Yeah.
Yep, I might.
I wanted to pull it in a bit, but I don't want it to be inside the edge of the door. And I don't even know really where the edge of the door is. I mean, the edge of the door could be where that gutter mold is, I suppose, which means actually just there. Eh?
Yeah.
I wanted to follow the contour of this channel, but what's more important is how it looks from the outside. And I'm thinking yeah, that'll probably do. Okay. What we'll do is we'll spin it over and we'll have a look at it the right way up. So this excess material here that's sticking out, the old roof gutter, like I said before, that gets cut right back so it's flush with here. But I'm going to have to do it in stages, like weld a bit, cut a bit off, weld a bit, cut a bit off, and just take it real slow. Just so that the roof doesn't spring loose, and also because I don't want to put a lot of heat into the roof. So let me just... I think it should look alright. Well, next step is I'm just going to get into the welding, and I'm pretty sure I got it in the position that I need it. So I'm going to get into some welding, weld her up, get it linished, and then we'll come back to you. Alright, so I thought I'd stop and we'll just see where we're up to here. So I've, as you can see, I've just been welding and then skipping a piece and welding and skipping a piece. Being very careful along this this roof here. I don't want to put any heat distortion into the roof skin. So as you can see, same deal, skipping a piece. And then, like, as you could have seen from the video, I'm using the angle grinder to cut up from the bottom into the roof gutter, just slicing out 2 inches or so, and then just doing a little stitch weld. And this stuff that you saw us putting on before, that's a heat shield type thing. It keeps the steel behind the weld cool, so technically, you know, as long as we're careful, we shouldn't see any heat distortion go into the roof skin at all. That's just like a barrier, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little bit like petroleum jelly or something, maybe just a bit thicker. See what it's called. Where is, oh, he's taken off with the, here we go. So it's called cold shield. So it seems to work okay as long as you don't overdo it with the heat, that is. Yeah. So anyway, I'll just get on with it, get the welding finished and then get it linished and come back to you. And there she is. I think she looks pretty good. You can let me know what you think in the comments section. So obviously this gets filled with lead later on, just completely smoothed over and blended into this this edge. And also, so you've got the style line here, which is on all the original coupe roofs, and then I'm basically just looking at maybe 2 mil step to the RHS that I welded in. So that's going to get blended again, either with lead or with filler later on when the bodyworks gets done. I'm sort of, my mind's split as to whether I do away with the style line and I just let the roof just completely curl over, so it's all just one radius. Whether I do that or whether I leave the style line in it. So that's another thing you guys can comment on in the comments section, what you think. Obviously I'm going to do what I want in the end, but just interested in what everyone else thinks. So, and then again up the front here on the pillar, there's going to be a fair amount of lead work to smooth that pillar over. So don't take any notice of the steps here, because that's all going to go away. From this edge right over to this edge here is just going to be smooth. Looking up inside, you can see that there's only a couple mil gap between that little RHS and the stainless trim, or stainless mold, whatever. Yeah, so alright, well that video was a bit of a big one, but anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. If you enjoyed that and you haven't already, please hit a like and a share and a subscribe. We could all do with subscribers. So like I said earlier, go and check out Don's Tricks if you haven't already subscribed to them. I know a lot of you already have, but if you haven't, go and check them out. Don's Tricks, and also XA Coupe Guy. Check out Graham's good work in his new workshop. I'll put links to their YouTube channels in the description, along with t-shirts, which would be nice if some of you would buy. Yeah. Just a reminder, grab some t-shirts if you get a chance. Alright guys, thanks for watching, we'll catch you next time.